Don't forget to check out the Twitch live stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/X underscore UtterChaos underscore X. Now on to your featured video. Welcome to the Week in Review, where we're going to discuss what happened this past week. Week number 2 of this new series here. Of course, continuing on with the series I had on YouTube. Well, remember last time we picked up an injury in the match versus Everton. That was a 1-0 loss. Said we were going to be out 3 weeks, so as you can see there, a couple big games that we're most likely going to miss. First up in the action, Queen's Park Rangers was a scoreless draw the first time we met this season. And this time around, it doesn't take long as Sandro scores in the 2nd minute. Leroy Sané picks one back up in the 69th minute on a PK. But we fall in the final minute as Mbakoto picks up the winner in the 89th minute. It's 2-1 to QPR. Up next comes the Champions League quarterfinals. Manchester United, a derby in the quarterfinals. We're out, same as what happened last year when we were at Stoke in the Europa League. We dropped out for the final in that game. And Manchester United proved to be the better squad today as Pogba picks up goals in the 28th minute and the 77th minute for the brace, and a 2-0 victory in the first leg. Newcastle United will be next up on the docket. It was a 1-0 loss earlier in the season, and Newcastle had proved to be better again today as a Ozzy Perez. He also gets a brace today. Goals in the 28th minute and the 51st minute. Newcastle United 2-0. That is our 3rd straight Premier League loss. And now up the second leg of that Champions League quarterfinal. This time we are the home squad versus Manchester United, down 2-0. Both of those are home goals for them. And we get things started off pulling one back with Kevin De Bruyne in the 16th minute. But Pogba nets his 3rd of the tie just 7 minutes later. And Memphis Depay puts away a PK in the 85th minute. And we go down 4-1 on aggregate. We are out of the Champions League. Hoping to be back for this semifinal matchup versus Liverpool. Still not in the lineup. But things would go our way today as Andrew Moy scores in the 11th minute. And Kevin De Bruyne adds a 2nd in the 57th minute. 2-0 over Liverpool. We advance to the finals. We'll have to wait and see who we played there. Finally back in the lineup now versus Tottenham, a team that we lost to 2-0 earlier in the season. We'll look at the table, and surprisingly, Newcastle have actually moved it level with us. We, I think, own goal differential. And at the end of the first half, I score in my return, 44th minute, number 13 on the season. Right place at the right time, picking that up off the Fernando miss. And it's good enough for a 1-0 victory. So moving into the month of May, the final month of the season, first up on the docket was Norwich City, a team we beat 3-0 earlier in the season. And Andrew Moy will open up the scoring in the 24th minute. Looks like he's back on pace now. And I pick up the 2nd of the game in the 55th minute.
Exactly who we want to have it here. Sure, he's great in the air, and that slid through and into the back of the net.
14th on the season.
From Leroy
And Kalichi Iheanacho gets in on the action just a few moments later. I pick up an assist on that goal, and it ends up 3-0. But that'll wrap up the My Player portion. Short kind of week this week, NBA Finals and all. And we'll move on to the Career Manager Series. And as far as the Career Manager goes, of course, we played our first European match. It was that 1-1 draw versus Roma. We're only going to have 3 matches to review this episode. And the first one up is going to be Crystal Palace. Now, action would not come till 60 minutes in, and a nice little give and go. Penamonte does put away his first of the season, gives us a 1-0 lead. Crystal Palace with a couple opportunities to draw equal. Tompkins in the 80th minute misses an almost wide open attempt. And then Sacco, as the final whistle blows, misses this header off the cross. So it's another 1-0 victory.
I thought it was going to be a final second.
Up next would be back to the League Cup, and it's going to be another local derby. This time versus Bury. Unbeaten versus them in 3 previous meetings, including a League Cup, I believe, in season number 2. And we'd have no problem here. 9 minutes in, Mark Beavers heads away this corner to pick up his first goal. And it would be a day for defenders, as this cross is going to come in and it's going to somehow find its all the way to Mason Holgate at the back post. He makes it 2-0 in the 38th minute. And then the scout future star, Van den Bosch, makes it 3-0 in stoppage time, as we'll advance on to round 4 of the League Cup. Up next, back to Premier League action. We're going to face Tottenham. And as we'll look there, you see they're top of the table. Only that one blemish, a draw, not for sure versus whom. And there was a lot of high pressure in this one, as Sissoko would hit the post in the first half. Eric Dyer also missing early on. And then Davies would pick up a red card in the second half. Davis hitting the outside of the post there. But in the 87th minute, Vivian would break open the scoring, making it a nice 1-0 there. But the pressure from Tottenham is way too much, as Son gets the ball through here and tucks it away in the far corner. And we end up in a 1-1 draw. But that will wrap up this week 2 episode of the Weekend Review. Still some problems. Seems to be the theme of this early season, giving up late goals. But we'll wrap it up there, and I guess I'll see you next week.